when you're ready.
That's the mic side commercial, right? Yours is not, right?
All right, welcome to Senior Day. And happy Thanksgiving. We'll get started. Our first senior, Patrick, 8, Bayant. We'll just say Mrs. Bayant. Next up, Captain Trey Brown. With Katie and Dave Brown. Sergio Cabrera. With Sergio and Patty Cabrera. Also, with Jeff Sale and Charles Abbey. Max Chang. With Sophie Ma and Lee Chang. Dave Brown. With Coach Dolan and Heather Dolan. Sonny Blasco. With Jeffrey Blasco and Jennifer Green. Logan Hahn with Joe and Wendy Hahn. Daniel Hanlon with Kathleen and Mike Hanlon.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Thank you.
Aiden Harper with Denise and Jim Harper. With Lauren and Nancy Hitchman. Ben Kelly. With Lauren and Steve Kelly. Captain Brandon Love. With Janet Reynolds and Terry Love and Honey Love. All right. Senior Glasgow with Jeffrey Glasgow and Jennifer Green. Peter Meister. With Don Meister and siblings.
Watch. When I move it, it's going to click watch. Yeah, don't do it that time.
Captain Jack O'Connor. With Jennifer and Bill O'Connor. Carrie Pritchett with Reed and Helen Pritchett.
This one happened to have an extra XLR case.
Captain Owen Shackle with Tricia Rod Shackle. It's all on Lowy. Both the Shackle brothers are a little hobbled at the moment.
Isn't that what Rack's playing? Oh no, he's going to Ruffle Mars.
Barry Sis with Melissa McGones and Bob Sis.
You need an XLR cable? Yeah. I gotta see if I
I'm
can
gonna probably have to use this for
Can you
notes.
bring me an XLR cable?
So can you use your phone to check on the screen? Yeah. I'm not gonna able to hold papers while they.
It doesn't have to be long. Just make sure that it's not backed up and everything.
Well, I have one of those at home.
I might have one in the car though.
Huh?
I might have one in the car though.
Well, if you're gonna go to the car,
Alex Hilliard and Paul Hilliard.
yeah. Do you need me to videotape my
With Bob and Christine Hilliard.
Don't worry about it, Timmy. He's going to his car and get it. Thank you. Don't worry about stopping by my house. You good.
If the other guy comes up and asks where I'm at, just let him know I have to go work.
I'll tell him that you had to go to California. You got to work.
Yeah, just let him know I'm grabbing the XL1.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
Luke Vaccaro. With Luke and Nicole Vaccaro. Quinn Rozic. With Romeo Rozic.
He doesn't care that everyone has Thanksgiving dinner tonight. He's finally taking his time.
And Dylan Wag.
Mr. Morris.
With Buddy and Tom Wag. That is your 2022 football senior class. Next up, our senior cheerleaders. One more hand for our senior student athletes.
No band for that?
Now senior varsity cheer. First up, Michelle Abino. With her parents Donna and Mike Abino. Giordano. For the parents, Carrie and Lee, and her sister Courtney. And Caitlin Giordano.
Way to hustle. You know what number year this is? This is the 120 rivalry. 116.
Grace Spinese. Christina and Tony. I should say captain. Get your picture taken, Grace. Captain Devin Snyder. With her parents Diana and Eric Snyder. And Captain Sailor Stillison. With Heather and Andrew Stillison.
Got a lot of seniors leaving. Yeah.
That is your senior cheerleader class.
Now we got the band, right?
Oh, there's the band. Band's over there.
They don't have senior day for the band, Joe?
That would take like 8 hours. There's a lot of them.
That are seniors?
I think so.
Oh, there's more. Let's show that on
Oh,
camera.
I wonder if like that's the seniors.
Here, heads up, I'm showing it on camera. Siroty, your head's peeking in.
We announce the band singers at halftime. Happy Thanksgiving.
What's that? That's wireless? I'm looking at mine. It's wireless.
Yeah, wireless mic.
Right. The mic's on it.
Victor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I can heard that solo.
You see what I did?
Yeah,
Come
Glover, one-on-one with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy.
To the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in.
Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for one.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go. At the buzzer, Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. Specialist Dr. Michael Rosanella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
You can see the future of the Duke and North Carolina rivalry on D1 Media Pro.
There you see Hubert Davis, head coach of North Carolina, here to see Simeon Will.
Looking live right there at a trio of Duke basketball coaches: John Shire, Nolan Smith, Emil Jefferson. Clock now at 12. Kicks it in the corner. Lively for three. Got it. Derek Lively, a corner three in an early third quarter. Has a look to go off the dribble here. Goes right around Lively, and he gets the roll. Inbounds to Wilcher. A step back, fade away through contact. Simeon Wilcher. He's out for Mbako. He'll try one from beyond the arc. And Mackenzie Mbako is on fire to start this one. The Marauders go back to their bread and butter. Their 3 offensive touchdowns today have all been on the ground. They'll go back to the ground here with Slade, and he's untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. Sam Slade.
21. Missouri under pressure, and he's taken down. Jack Price with the sack.
Goes under center. Toss to Thomason, far side, trying to pick up blocks, trying to cut back upfield, and he's in for a Seton Hall prep touchdown.
I can't see the computer.
Family, food, and of course football. It's the 116th edition of the Thanksgiving game between Westfield and Plainfield. Alongside Ryan Lowy, I'm Michael Siroty. You're watching live on the NFHS Network, brought to you by D1 Media Pro. Not only in the state of New Jersey, but in all of America, it's one of the longest-running high school football rivalries, and it happens every year on Thanksgiving. This year it comes from Gary Keller Stadium, the home of the Westfield Blue Devils, who enter at 7-3. Plainfield coming in at 5-5, expecting a good one. Ryan, Westfield coming onto the field. They've won the last 11 of these Thanksgiving matchups. They want to make it 12 in a row on Thanksgiving Day. It's senior day for Westfield. And the class of 2023 looks to end their season and their careers with a win. It's the Thanksgiving game, Westfield and Plainfield. Ryan, what are you expecting today? It's one of the longest running games in America.
Well, before we talk about today, we have to talk about the history of today. Not on the family side, but on the football side when it comes to NJSIAA high school football wrapping up. We have the state finals coming up this weekend on the non-public side, next weekend on the public side. But let's talk about this rivalry as these two teams will lead their seniors off the football field after today. So the last time Plainfield won was 2011. Westfield has been absolutely dominant last year. They controlled the pace of the game. They only won by 2 touchdowns. They shut out Plainfield. It was a 14-0 difference. Michael, it's been a great competition. Plainfield, under their new head coach, has brought more competition to the table in recent years. He's been 10-10 in his last 2 seasons at the helm. This is the second straight year he's come into this final contest of the season with a 5-5 record, trying to give Plainfield a winning record for the first time in recent history.
And the last 11 games have gone to Westfield on Thanksgiving Day. Plainfield trying to end that streak. And it's the 116th game on Thanksgiving Day as we get the coin toss right now from midfield.
Westfield has won the toss and chosen to defer.
So Westfield wins. They defer to the second half.
Plainfield will receive.
Kick off to open the game.
Last game of the season for both teams, Michael. This is it for the seniors. Westfield celebrated their senior night. They have an armada of seniors from the band on the field, cheerleading, and they're all sad to let it go today here on Thanksgiving.
Okay,
it's a great football way to end Thanksgiving.
And remove your taps for our Star Spangled Banner.
Westfield and Plainfield. Again, the Cardinals come into this game. They've lost the last 11 of these Thanksgiving matchups. However, to end their season trying to make it 5 in a row. They've won 4 straight games. Ryan, just talk a little bit more about this Cardinal team.
Well, they like to run the football. We've seen a lot in the air from Alameda Watkins. He's thrown for over 1,100 passing yards this year, ballparking at 1,178. Last year, he threw for only 441 yards at the helm, but the junior Yasir Watt has rushed for 438 yards in 63 carries. We're likely going to see more today, and Samir Cherry has 721 receiving yards this season, but we're really going to see that run game today, Michael, from the Plainfield Cardinals. Here today at Gary Kaler Stadium. And must I mention, Michael, beautiful weather today.
Picture perfect day. Happy Thanksgiving, and we are underway. Westfield and Plainfield, the 116th edition on Thanksgiving Day. As the kickoff return goes to the 23-yard line, and that's where Plainfield will
out to about the 24-yard line. First to the Cardinals,
signaling the offense.
Once again, Plainfield, a 5-5 record. coming into this competition. These two teams both playing out of the Big Central Conference. Westfield actually won their division this year, so we're going to see how that division-winning defense tries to take on Watkins and Cherry.
Westfield enters at 7-3. Lost in the sectional semifinals to Union City in a close 20-14.
First and 10 Cardinal. Watkins in at quarterback.
Starts on offense at the 24-yard line. As Watkins looks to throw, fires outside immediately. A quick hitter is complete.
Pass is complete.
For a gain of 5.
Michael Plainfield plays last this year in the Liberty Silver Division. North 101st, 11-2 record, 3-0 within the division. Watchung Hills 2-1 within the division, a 7-3 record, and Montgomery also a 7-3 record, but 1-2 within their division, placed right ahead of the Cardinals of Plainfield.
2nd and 5 after the first down pass. This time it's a handoff to Cherry.
Hand it off to Cherry. Tackled by Cabrera.
Seeing a lot of changes these past couple of years for Westfield under their new head coach, James Williams, in comparison to their old style of football, Michael.
Watkins in the gun. 3rd down and 4 for Plainfield. Watkins throws outside.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete, broken up by
on the cover.
That brings up 4th down. We'll see what Plainfield does.
It'll bring up 4th down and 4
for the Cardinals.
Plainfield's going to turn the football over without getting a first down. We really saw that Westfield defense do great on man-to-man coverage there as they're set to return the football. Looks like at their own 40-yard line.
So, Ryan, you said Plainfield likes to run the ball. 2 out of those 3 plays were through the air, but it results in a 3 and out, and the Cardinals will.
McIver in the punt. So you back to
that could relate, Michael, to James Williams still trying to find his feet. Only his 2nd year coaching with Plainfield.
Jaden McIver will punt. High punt.
McIver with a nice punt down to the 30-yard line.
And Trey Brown and the Westfield offense will get their first look at this Cardinal defense on Thanksgiving Day.
We've seen Westfield on D1 Media Pro a lot, but I think it's appropriate that we just preview how good they've also been on the running game, Michael. It's been Trey Brown sneaking it himself as the quarterback. He's thrown for 765 yards, but he likes to sneak it to La Crosse, Maryland.
Trey Brown in the quarterback.
He knows how to run, and then, of course, Dylan Ragg has been absolutely tearing up the Big Central. Get more on Dylan Ragg later, of course.
Brown starts this game with a handoff up the middle to Ragg for a gain.
Ragg is the ball carrier. Takes it out to about the 36-yard line, 2nd down.
Ragg has rushed ballpark 1057 yards this season. That's over 1,000, Michael.
Yeah, Dylan Ragg has been a special player in the backfield for the Blue Devils all season long. As a 2nd straight play goes to Ragg.
Dylan Ragg.
Another gain of 3.
Takes it down to the 39.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 5.
Third and 4 for Brown. Fakes the pass.
Hey, Brown.
The middle, it'll be close.
Takes it close to the line to gain.
Officials will check the spot. About a half a yard short is Trey Brown. 4th and inches. The offense.
He gains 4 yards. It'll be double. First down.
Brown under center for the first time today. It's a quarterback sneak up the middle. Getting a push from the offensive line. The sticks. A Westfield first down as Trey Brown runs his way up the middle.
Now this is interesting. So they said on the PA system and the head official initiated it a first down, but Westfield did not play the first down. Neither did the chain gang. So yeah, we're going to have a stoppage here. I'm wondering, Michael, what just happened there. You saw the chains game did not move.
officials at the sideline right now, moving the chains himself.
That last play was a first down play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
The chains are
from the 46-yard line.
Okay, so the first run from Trey Brown was a first down. So erase that.
2nd and 7 for the chain gang.
Didn't give them a first down. It's still a gain of 3, so now it's 2nd and 7.
Well, that really affects Westfield's playbook right there. That's really interesting. We're communicating right now with some of the Westfield coaching staff. They're very confused what's going on, too, because they essentially just wasted a play right there. Why would they QB sneak it?
It's the boosters on the chain gang, in case you're wondering.
So the Blue Devils thought it was 4th and inches.
Yeah,
so
there we go.
Took the quarterback.
2nd and 7.
Now it's 2nd and 7. So that sneak was actually a first down.
And thank you to the boosters for everything they do.
So now
raising money for our student athletes.
That's their argument, Michael, is that why would they need to take those 2 or 3 yards on a first down and 10? What was the point of doing the QB sneak? Maybe work him from the shotgun, see what you can do with your receivers, maybe even run rag. I mean, it was first down and 10. Instead, they're trying to sneak for just a yard or 2. They ended up with 3, but didn't really get him anywhere in the end.
After all that, Brown throwing on 2nd and 7 has
Brown passes complete to Meisler
for a Westfield first down.
9 yards and a Westfield first down.
Meisler, a couple of years off of football, on the basketball team. Meisler decided to come back to play receiver this season. He's been one of Brown's favorite targets all year long as he moves the sticks
down his out
line to the 45. Off Rag running left. Rag picks up a block from Ferreira.
Rag carries about the 37-yard line. Gain of 8 yards.
Rag now ballparking close to 1,100 yards rushed this season. The lacrosse committee is excited to play at the Division I level, but his football aspects, we didn't expect him to even be playing football after his injury last year. We thought he may be focusing on lacrosse, and he comes in this year and he tears up the Big Central, Michael. He's really been carrying this Westfield team to a phenomenal season.
Westfield calls Rag's number yet again.
Dylan Rag.
He's moving the
carry 3 yards for a Blue Devil first down. Brought down by Cordova.
Michael, this has been the Westfield offense that we've seen all season. They like to rush the ball forwards. They like to try and take the holes down the middle. They've been a little bit more of a running game this year than we've seen in a lot of their previous history. Talk about the Hank Shapiro years where they won 3 state championships in a row. It's just looked a little different.
Shapiro now playing at Lehigh. He's in attendance today as Brown has trouble with the snap, and it's a big loss on the play.
Quarterback is sacked. Brought down by Hester. That takes the ball back to the 50. 2nd and long.
Field is moving quickly. Brown under pressure, and he goes down again.
Brown is brought down by Clark. Short gain on the play.
2 sacks on 2 plays for the big lineman, Devin Clark. And that brings up
3rd and 26.
You're going to be forced to throw now.
26 yards they'll need if they want a first down. After Brown was sacked on 2 straight plays by Devin Clark. Brown in the gun. He will look to throw over the middle. It's complete to Ferrero. Trying to break some tackles.
Brown pass is complete to Ferrero.
Down at the 41.
Brought down by Cherry.
Will not give them anywhere near what they needed. And it's 4th and
that
long.
takes it down to the 41-yard line.
Rag will punt.
4th down and 12. 16.
So really, the play that broke that one down there was the fumble off the snap, Michael. That really ruined the momentum of the drive.
Rag rolling out. He won't punt. Rag taking off down the sideline. A first down and more. Rag is down at the 15-yard line.
22 yards on a Westfield first down.
A gain of 26.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
No one came even close to Dylan Ragg. They were so focused on him punting it away. And he had nothing but green grass in front of him. And he capitalized to the 14-yard line.
I guess you can call that the benefits of having a running back as your punter, Michael.
Here is Ragg.
Ragg is the ball carrier.
Taken down for a
Met
loss
there
of
by
a
a couple
yard.
of Cardinals.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't mean to make a comparison this wild, but can you really see that many NFL punters making a play like that, rolling outside like that, creating that much space? It's very impressive. And it almost makes you wonder, if Ragg was healthy last year, what this Westfield football team would have looked like. I mean, I believe they won 4 competitions, including their 4th one, the 14-0 win on Thanksgiving Day at Hubstein Field in Plainfield.
Brown dropping back to throw, looking for the end zone for Tillieu, and it's
Pass
over
is
his head.
incomplete. Intended for Tillieu. 3rd and 10.
5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Alex Tillieu running a route to the corner, and Brown lofted it over his head.
You got tight end 84, Doug Cherry. And tell McGovern be ready to pull.
3rd and 11 for the Blue Devils from the 15. Brown looking under pressure.
Trey Brown takes it down to about the 10-yard line.
That brings up
Call the 11.
4th and 7.
5th down.
And Henry Hipschman
On
will
6.
come on for a field goal attempt.
This will chip Westfield onto the board first. Thanks to Dylan Ragg keeping the drive alive. It looked like they were going to punt the ball around the midfield marker.
Watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Hipschman's kick is no good.
And the kick is no good.
Hipschman had the line.
Going to be a turnover on downs on the missed kick. 1st and 10 Plainfield.
Hey, jump right and fix that punt.
It's a chip shot, Michael, from inside the 20. It's a tough break for Westfield. Still keeps it 0-0, but still a great effort by Ragg to push forward.
Do you know his last name? Number 12's not on your roster. What's his last name?
Number 12, Joel Cordova. You in the 4-4 top.
Watkins back out on the field after the turnover on downs of the missed field goal. And it's a hit.
Wyatt on the carry. There's a flag on the play.
It's a flag down.
I believe that's our first flag of the game, Michael.
Hold goes against the Cardinal offensive line.
The penalty is holding on the offense.
Michael, Plainfield has really been progressing the past couple of years under new leadership, and it's bound to happen sometime that this team really may crack into this rivalry between them versus Westfield, where they haven't won since 2011.
Watkins rolling out left, and he
Pass is incomplete.
of his intended
Watkins intended for Wyatt. Pass is deflected.
Now a 2nd down then.
2nd down.
We also have to congratulate Plainfield, Michael. They brought the Consolation Tournament to high school football this year. Plainfield winning it by over 40 points in the final round against Bloomfield to take the Consolation Tournament home. And Westfield on the other side, they had a nice first-round victory, but a tough loss at the Union City Soaring Eagles, who had just a phenomenal year.
Yeah, Plainfield is 5-5. They have won their last 4 games, though, so riding some momentum into this Thanksgiving game. 2nd down and 20 for Alameen Watkins. Again rolling left under pressure. Escapes Montez. Escapes O'Connor, and then he's finally taken down right at the 20-yard line.
Watkins keeps.
Brought down by Trey Brown.
And that's Trey Brown
Brought down by Maxwell.
At linebacker. Now he comes to the sideline. Brown used to be a linebacker before picking up the
Brown
position. So Trey Brown going back to his linebacker roots and making a tackle on that play.
About 3:15 left in the first quarter, Michael, as well.
Official spot at the 21. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals. And movement up front.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
And that will make it a 3rd and 14.
Bring up 3rd and 14.
And Trey Brown is back into the game at linebacker.
And look at this, Michael. It's alumni circle on the bottom of your screen. This Westfield team, a lot of history to cherish on the football side. As I said, picked up a bunch of state championships not too long ago and a few Division I players as well.
Sideline warning, Paul.
Sideline warning.
I'm not sure what side it's called on the offense.
It's like a silent warning on Plainfield.
Under 3 to play in the first quarter. 3rd and 14. Watkins dropping back to pass. Under pressure. Escapes one sack, but he can't escape another. Julian Montez takes Watkins down to the backfield. That will bring up 4th and long for the Cardinals. And the punt team
4th down and
back.
12.
Michael, you said a sack. Looked like he might have been able to pick up about a yard or two, but nonetheless, they're going to have to put the football away. It's a very nice effort there, though. We saw a lot of athleticism from Watkins there.
Looking for Jaden Castro, dropped on the
intended big pass.
Great field position for Westfield. It's a good drawn-up play by Plainfield.
Just incomplete.
But it was
turnaround down, 1st and 10 double.
Castro, and Westfield takes over at the Plainfield 18-yard line.
They're right back in business from where the field goal was, roughly, Michael, and that's really going to haunt Plainfield because a wide open receiver opportunity off the fake. They tried to fake one like Westfield. Didn't really have the speed off the punter, but they had a great opportunity, and they're going to be feeling that one for the rest of the game, most likely.
Handoff, Aiden Harper running left.
Harper is the ball carrier. He gains about 3 yards.
It's been here a few times. You'll see Rag not holding the football for Westfield, Michael.
Aiden Harper is a pretty good backup option as Rag is back into the game.
He's got 2nd down and 7. About a minute and 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Brown rolling left. Fakes the pitch to Rag. Brown carries
with the keeper.
Inside the 5.
Takes it down to the 3-yard line on a Westfield first down.
That's something goal from the 3-yard line for the Blue Devils.
Now that's something lacrosse will teach you, Michael. How to avoid a tackle, how to sweep around players that are surrounding you. It's really a lacrosse skill that Brown has been showing, and that's something that Westfield has been showing in the back all season, has been the option play.
Brown, a handoff, Rag right up the middle.
Rag the ball carrier. Touchdown, Westfield!
Westfield touchdown! 3 yards.
7 yards, 4 yards out for the score.
Dylan Rag and Trey Brown, you can't stop them when they're running the football. They've shown it all season. Why would they not show it today? It's their last opportunity playing football at Kaler.
Rag and Brown will both play collegiate lacrosse. Brown's going to University of Maryland. Rag will play at Robert Morris.
And the kick is good.
It was tipped in front, but
that makes the score Blue Devils 7, Cardinals 0.
Similar Similar situation to last year, Michael. Westfield got on the board a little later in the game than right now, but it was back and forth football, a couple easy missed touchdown opportunities. Westfield was able to squeeze two in. Plainfield shut out. Now Westfield has that 7-0 lead. Missed a field goal earlier. It might haunt them a little bit, but they're playing great football in the run game, which we've seen all season. And if you look at recent history, Michael, you're a Westfield expert. They might as well call you a Westfield sports historian at this point. Would you say this is one of the more successful Westfield seasons in the books? Because I would have to say so.
Oh yeah, Westfield, when they won those 3 state championships, that run started 7 years ago. They won those 3. And the class of 2020 led by Hank Shapiro, there was definitely some struggles because that was a talented group. As Ferrero's kickoff is taken at the 1-yard line.
Westfield needs to hold them.
Wyatt,
and they do.
For his life, and he's down at the 18.
Returned by Wyatt.
A great kick from Enzo Ferrero, and this Plainfield drive will start at the 18. But going back to
Russo on the tackle.
the class of 2020 graduated,
First and 10 Cardinals.
it was a lot of holes to fill, and this season they've definitely filled a lot of those holes, especially at quarterback and running back with Brown and Rag. And the defense, especially this linebacker group that is led by a group of seniors, Jack O'Connor, Dan Hanlon, Quinn Wojcik. Hey, even Trey Brown's getting out there at linebacker. So the defense has definitely stepped up this year as well.
That's public school football at its finest, Michael. Seeing your quarterback playing defensively.
Handoff.
Handoff is to Wyatt, and a big hit. A group of Westfield defenders.
Wyatt is the ball player. Tackled by Cabrera and a host of other Blue Devils.
Romano, Cabrera, Hanlon, all in on the tackle.
Maybe time for one more run play here. Under 20 seconds now.
Play. 2nd and 10.
Left to go here in the first quarter.
This will be the last play of the first quarter as Watkins rolls and throws. It's caught. A first down for Jaden Castro.
Watkins passes complete.
First quarter comes to an end.
Brought in by Castro. Forced out of bounds by Jordan, but it's a gain of 13 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
First down when we return. The second quarter coming up after this here on D1 Media Pro. Plainfield ends the first quarter with a first down pickup from Alvin Watkins to Jaden Castro. It's 7-0 Westfield after one quarter and the annual Thanksgiving game between the Blue Devils and the Cardinals. The past 11 games have gone to Westfield. Plainfield trying to end that streak, but they faced a touchdown deficit earlier.
Michael, there's a lot of football and soccer to be played today. It's World Cup time. We're middle way through the NFL season, but who doesn't want to watch Westfield and Plainfield? This is a rivalry that has gone on since 1900. Some say possibly even earlier.
Watkins on 1st and 10, dropping back to pass, taking a shot deep downfield, and it's through the hands of Malcolmir Bethune.
Finding a little loophole. That was double coverage in the end. We saw the man-to-man coverage, a little help as well there from the safety, but nothing to come. But it was a beautiful run.
Bethune had his man beat. It was just right through his hands, a step two.
2nd and 10
from
at the 33-yard line.
Watkins rolling right, throws, and it's intercepted.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. Paul Tillieu had the ball in his hands, but it was dropped on contact with the ground. So now it's 3rd and 10.
That's the consequence of only a one-camera production, Michael. I don't know who got more excited. You were the PA guy about the interception there, but incomplete pass hit the ground.
Till you looked like he brought it in, but it's incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Plainfield from their own 32. Westfield rushes for Watkins. Under pressure, he'll take off. Makes Jordan miss. Brown
Watkins
wraps up his ankles. It'll be close. I believe it's enough for a 1st down.
Takes it close to the 45-yard line.
Watkins found the hole. We saw 4 defensive linemen lined up. And there was just a big gap of space there. He just took it. There's no reason for him not to. He's a fast quarterback, and Westfield's D-line was trying to wrap around expecting the pass.
Watkins dropping back over the middle. It's caught.
Pass is complete.
Reception, moving the chains for a
Watkins
big gain.
with a nice pass to Castro. Takes it down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Plainfield.
Michael, that's been something we're seeing today. Tough man-to-man coverage from Westfield being presented. Had trouble finding the man that they've been covering. Even with the help of the safeties, this Plainfield receiving corps has been doing a great job running routes today.
Watkins to give. Wyatt running right, gets to the edge, and then he's taken down by Sinu Glasgow.
Wyatt is the ball carrier, brought down by Glasgow.
Yasir Wyatt is the sophomore, 5'7", 150, using his speed to get to the edge.
He gains about 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Trey Brown is now in playing safety. What can't he do? Another handoff. It's Cherry running left.
Cherry is the ball carrier, brought down by Jordan.
He
takes it down to the 12-yard line.
Plainfield running loose.
1st and 10, Cardinal.
2nd quarter.
We've seen Sherry do some receiving as well coming into this competition. He's been dangerous, same as Yasir Watt.
Watkins gives it to Wyatt this time. Cuts it back to the middle.
Wyatt is the ball carrier, tackled by Tilly. He gave 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. Watkins running up the middle.
Watkins on the keeper.
Taken down.
Tackled by Tilly.
Also contributing to the tackle. 9.5 to play in the 2nd quarter. 3rd down and 1. Watkins, the give. It's Cherry taken down the back.
Runs into Cabrera.
I just read that one brilliantly. He shifted around the O-line there and was able to take him down. Barely gained anything. It's going to be 4th down the yard, Michael. We'll see what they do. I say they sneak it. Why not?
It's actually 4th and 4 after that loss. Ball back at the 6-yard line. They need to get to the 2. The offense is still out there. Watkins will run it himself. Runs into Romano. He breaks the tackle. Watkins is still moving. And he's finally taken down at the 1-yard line. It's a 1st down.
Brought down by Jordan.
He definitely moved the chains with that extra effort. Like there was a goal the way they read it. On the scoreboard, they only had a yard, but he was able to sneak, push his way through, and heave for about 5 or 6. And now Plainfield just a yard away from gold.
Watkins under center. They'll sneak it, running behind the offensive line, looking for the goal line. Still no spot.
Short of the line again, second down.
We'll bring up 2nd and inches. From inside the 1 yard line, it's 2nd and goal. Watkins again under center. It's a pitch, it's dropped.
Touchdown,
Wyatt is able to pick it up, skipper into the end zone for a Plainfield touchdown.
With the 1 yard run for the score.
Yasir Wyatt fumbled the pitch, but he scooped it up himself and ran it into the end zone. And an extra point will tie this one up.
Bobbled it a little bit, but was able to push it in, Michael. This extra point will tie the game.
Armando Averill on for the point after attempt. Averill gets it up quickly.
Kick is good. It's the score. Blue Devils 7, Cardinals 7.
7:41 remaining in the second quarter.
Michael, one thing we've seen from Wyatt all year is he's been shifty. He did a number on both Livingston and Bloomfield in the Consolation Tournament. He was raking yardage from the outsides off the quick pitches, and that's how Plainfield ties the game.
Yasir Wyatt had some trouble with the toss, but it didn't matter. He picked it up himself cleanly, and he was lucky to do so. Westfield came away with a stop with first down on the 1 yard line. It would have really turned it around, but Wyatt punches it in, and it's 7 apiece. With 7:41 left in the second quarter.
Averill in the kick.
Ferrero dropped the kickoff, but he
takes it across the 30-yard line
and gets it to the 31-yard line, and Trey Brown
Blue Devils
will come back onto the field as we are tied.
It's been a nice moving first half, Michael. It's the consequence of a lot of completed passes as well as running the football. We've seen Plainfield actually throw the football a lot this year in comparison to last year, but they're a very smooth team under their new coaching staff. They've really cleaned house in the past couple of years.
This Westfield drive will start at their own 31-yard line as Brown hands it off to Rag, running right, and he's taken down quickly in the back by Zamir Evans.
2nd and 12.
And that pushes Westfield inside their own 30-yard line at the 29. About halfway through, Michael, the second quarter of football here in Westfield, New Jersey. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll tell you what I get excited for on Thanksgiving. Of course, family, but football. And this year, the World Cup as well. I'm a big soccer fan as well. A lot going on.
A loss of 2 on first down, 2nd and 12. Brown completes it to Alex Tillieu across the middle.
Brown, the Tillieu, 18 yards and a Blue Devil first down.
On the pickup.
Alex Tillieu, 14 receptions coming in this game, 124 yards for the Blue Devils.
Brown gives it to Rag, running up the middle.
Rag.
Gain of
2nd
and 2.
Second and 2.
Of course, speaking about, it's a Tillieu brother combo. Alex and Paul Tillieu for Westfield.
Timeout, Plainfield.
The defensive twin plays in the secondary as Plainfield takes a timeout. And we'll take a short break with them.
They score! Lloyd attacking and throws it down! Touchdown for St. Peter's! I'm here with Darren Lewis with Simeon Wilcher.
Here with Precious Achua.
About doing overtime.
Plainfield uses their first timeout. Westfield with a 2nd and 2, 6:21 remaining in the second quarter. As the Blue Devils have it at the Cardinal 45-yard line.
Right now, with the keeper. He goes 7 yards, station to station for a Blue Devils touchdown.
You ever use the nickname Tricky Trey when calling Westfield football game? You never know if he's handing it off to Rag. And when he hands it off to Rag, it's history because Dylan Rag can go anywhere on the football field within seconds. Very fast, very experienced football player. He missed last year, but on the other side, Trey Brown, we've seen him do his fair share of running this year, and we've certainly seen him pick up a few touchdowns to his name as well. Not with the ball in the air, although we've seen that a lot, but running it.
Brown the give, Rag running behind his blockers.
Rag is the ball carrier.
That's one thing we've been seeing.
Takes it down to
Rag
about
likes
the
to
31
create
yard
his
line.
own blockers by almost stiff-arming his own players forward. We've seen
Second
that
down.
quite often this year. So this Westfield offense, they haven't been throwing the football a lot. I mean, we've seen Tillieu. He has over 15 receptions now on the season, but we've seen a lot of running and a lot of Tricky Trey with the football, giving it to Dylan Rag.
Brown gives it right
Dylan Rag.
back. First down, 25.
6 yards, and a Westfield first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. Rag.
Brendan Love.
Tackled by Hester.
Michael, while we have the time, how about
Down
Westfield
across the
soccer
20.
this year? Both their boys and girls
Second
team,
and
both
4.
county champions.
Yeah, soccer has been a rich sport at Westfield for the past few years. The boys team won their first sectional championship since 2001. As Brown fakes the handoff to Rag and keeps it himself.
Brown on the keep. Takes it down near the 10-yard line on a Blue Devils first down.
Westfield first down.
Yeah, Mike, we were talking about the soccer team, Westfield girls county champions. They had an undefeated run in a couple
First
years'
and
time
10 at the 11-yard line.
to Watchung Hills in the sectional finals, and that was it from there on the other side. Westfield boys soccer upended by West Orange, a phenomenal side.
Rag is the ball carrier.
Rag
Tackled by
right
Hester.
up the middle.
Down near the 5-yard line. Second down.
Full run game as it worked them all the way down the field. All at the 4. Brown the give to Rag up the middle.
Rag is the ball carrier.
Looks like Rag has a first down, not a
He's
touchdown.
just short of the goal line, but he did get the first down. It'll be first and goal
First and goal from the 1 yard
at the 1-yard line.
as Jack O'Connor and Quinn Wojcik are both into block. Brown will give to Rag, running behind his blockers, and he's in.
Touchdown, Westfield.
Dylan
Dylan Rag.
Rag, second touchdown of the
From 1 yard out for the score.
7 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
That was clearly Westfield exerting its dominance there up front.
The run game worked Westfield all the way down the field. It's pretty crowded here at Gary Keller Stadium. There's still a long line to get in.
A lot of alumni in attendance too, Michael. A lot of history here today in Westfield. This is considered one of the oldest high school football rivalries in America.
And the kick is good. Down. Snaps it back to Clear. And Hickman puts it through.
3:15 remaining.
To the score, Blue Devils 14, Cardinals 7.
We'll step aside. Westfield up by a touchdown.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Westfield with a 14-7 lead after Dylan Ragg punches in his second touchdown of the first half. The Blue Devils using their strong run game to get down the field and cap it off with a Dylan Ragg rushing touchdown from 1 yard out.
Westfield matches the amount of touchdowns they had in last year's competition versus Plainfield. We know for sure they're not going to be able to shut them out like last year. It's been an interesting ride for Westfield. They've had a winning streak of 5 in a row before running into a ridge side that they're a division higher than, and they fell at a very tough rate. They lost by 28, 31-3.
Ferrero keeps his kickoff on the ground, fielded at the 15-yard line. It's Wyatt looking to reverse the field, running down the left sideline.
Wyatt returns the ball out to around the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
They get to 34.
After
forced out of bounds by Glasgow.
Nice comeback for Westfield, 17-12 win versus Hillsborough to ride them into a tough playoff competition versus Bridgewater Raritan, a 28-7 win. That was their final home matchup before the Thanksgiving Classic. And you were on the call, Michael, a 20-14 loss versus a Union City Soaring Eagles side that were oh so close to being sectional champions. They ran into the Bulldogs of the State County Technical Institute and Vocational School of Wayne. Get more on Plainfield later as well. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
Cardinal drive will start at the 35-yard line after Wyatt ran all over the place on the kickoff return. Watkins surveys the field. Now he'll take off. Hanlon unable to wrap him up, and then he's
Watkins on the keeper. Brought down wide Wojcik.
Paul Serro in on the tackle.
Serro was there as well.
Wide receiver.
Gain of a couple.
As these seniors get set to
2nd and 7 at the 38.
Football in their final game of their high school career. They're getting some action on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we'll talk more about their ride as we just spoke about Westfield, Michael, but a tough start for Plainfield. 4 losses in a row off the bat.
They're riding 4 straight wins into this game as the handoff to Yasir Wyatt is quickly blown up by Sergio Cabrera.
Wyatt is the ball
4 losses off the bat. They started their season on the road. They went home away in this losing streak. They lost at Elizabeth in a close one, 23-22. Elizabeth had trouble maneuvering into the playoffs this year. They were able to squeeze a last spot, but that's a tough loss, and that was big for Elizabeth in the long scheme of things. But then they hosted Montgomery, 35-7, tough loss in their home opener at Carteret. They lost 25-11, and then a loss hosting North Hunterdon, 42-13, before a week later hosting North Bergen on a Saturday afternoon, a 42-0 victory at Watchung Hills. Watchung Hills has been a tough team this year. They lost 31-22 down in Warren, New Jersey. Hosted Monroe, 54-28 victory. That was their second home win of the season. And then at Franklin, a 40-26 victory. So they rode a streak heading into a solid spot in a regional invitation tournament this year for teams that didn't make the playoffs. Beat Livingston 40-26. They beat Bloomfield by a whopping 48-8. It was a great day for Watkins and Wyatt. And then now they're playing Westfield here today on Thanksgiving.
After this timeout, Watkins with a handoff that is blown up in the backfield.
Wyatt is the ball carrier. Searle and Montez on the tackle. Timeout. Westfield.
Westfield takes their second timeout. It's 4th and 6. We'll take a break as well as Westfield wants the ball back with time.
Marauders go back to their bread and butter. Their 3 offensive touchdowns today have all been on the ground. They'll go back to the ground here with Slade, and he's untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. Sam Slade.
And 21. Missouri under pressure, and he's taken down. Jack Price with the sack.
Goes under center. Toss to Thomason, far side, trying to pick up blocks, trying to cut back upfield, and he's in for a Seton Hall prep touchdown.
It's punt formation for Plainfield. 2:14 remaining in the first half, as Westfield will try to add some points to their lead. As the punt will come.
Michael, this is off of Westfield's middle timeout used. They still have 1 remaining.
Punt is away. It's a good one. Tillieu calls for a fair catch.
The guy that's kicked, they are top around the 50.
30-yard line, so a 70-yard field for Westfield with 2:08 remaining in the first half, with a 1-touchdown lead, trying to add to it. We'll see what Trey Brown can do in a 2-minute set. Henry Hipschman's 1 field goal today.
First and 10 that opens the 30-yard line.
He's 2 for 2 on extra points.
Looks like the Westfield Band is getting ready for a halftime production. Michael's their final home game of the year.
Brown looking to throw and hammered in the backfield and sacked for a loss of 5.
Cordova on the tackle.
We'll see if that changes, James DeSarno's mind. 17 years roughly as head coach. He's the assistant principal at Westfield High School. He's a Somerville, New Jersey resident, and he also had a coaching and teaching career at Kinnelon, Linden, and Shabazz
from the 25-yard line.
at Montclair State University. He also studied at Kane University. So he's a Jersey man through and through, Michael.
Ed DeSarno played offensive line at Montclair State as Brown takes off for a gain of 8 yards.
He gains 9 yards.
Remaining. So we'll see if Westfield wants to run some hurry up and get down the field. But a 3rd and 6. Brown throws to the sideline.
Pass is complete. Brown to Guerrero for Westfield. First down.
Out of bounds as the clock stops with 1:11 remaining in the first half.
After a tough first play of the drive, to gain almost 20 yards in 2 plays off a QB sneak and a ball in the air. And now look at that. Westfield's right back on track to do some damage. They're getting the football back in the second half.
Brown rolling out right. Throws, passes, caught.
Pass is complete to Tillieu.
It's Alex Tillieu on the reception. They'll hurry it to the official.
He takes it to midfield.
The 50.
Second down.
Smart move by Westfield. They're pocketing a timeout.
Brown looking
incomplete
on the right side. It's incomplete.
Griffin on the cover. Third down and 4 from the 50.
Yeah. Michael, one thing too, it's very interesting. The PA announcer here, very loud. It's a little tough to hear us.
3rd and 4 and movement up front.
Flag on the play.
Full start.
That ball, fast start. 5-yard penalty.
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Hey, Kendall!
3rd down and 9.
Don't get beat deep!
That was a good.
Joel, be ready!
Coordinators from up in the booth are yelling, don't get beat deep. Expecting a shot from Brown. Dropping back to pass. Looking down the field.
Pass is incomplete.
And it's thrown over his head out of bounds.
Brown's pass intended to Tillieu.
4th and 9, and the punt team comes
4th and 9 from the 45.
46 seconds left in the first half.
That amount of time, we'll see if Plainfield's able to gobble anything together. Don't be surprised here. We'll see if Rag wants to roll out and do something tricky. I mean, he might have revealed his skills first play or first punt attempt of the game, but I'm curious to see what Westfield might be doing here. What do you think, Michael? They have 2 lined up, or 1 lined up post sign and 1 far side. Do you think they just put it away?
I would assume so. They don't want to give Plainfield a chance of scoring, as Rag will send it away. Punt does take a Westfield bounce.
Rag's punt is down around the 32-yard line. First and 10 Cardinal.
37 seconds left. We'll see if Plainfield tries to work it down the field just seconds before halftime, or if they will just run out the clock. Down by a touchdown, Westfield will receive the kickoff to open the second half.
Michael, I have to ask you, who's winning tomorrow in the big non-public A final?
That's always a rivalry, Bergen Catholic and Don Bosco. Bosco did win by a good margin the last time those two teams played, so I have the Ironman, but always a good game when those two teams meet.
I have Bergen. I think they're thirsty to take it back after the tough loss in the regular season. That was quite the atmosphere.
Watkins will throw. It's intercepted. It's Trey Brown. Brown picks it up, running down the sideline.
Pass was intercepted by Trey Brown.
Trey Brown, the star quarterback, is playing on defense for the first time this season. He intercepts a pass. And
he takes the ball down to around the 9-yard line. First and goal, Blue Devils.
By Trey Brown.
Michael, he's tricky Trey, as I said, not just on offense off the snap, but in the air defensively. Trey Brown's everywhere today, Michael.
Brown did play linebacker in middle school, and then he switched to quarterback, so he's going back to his linebacker roots, picking off a pass from Watkins. And now Westfield has a chance to add to their lead with just 26 seconds left in the first half.
And Michael, Westfield quarterback, and they've always had to try and skewer something together on that side because Steve Angeli, the local, he saw Bergen Catholic more of his home.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. Brown rolling out right. Picks up a block, throws, and it is caught.
Touchdown, Westfield. There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Doesn't look like it is, actually, Michael. Westfield's celebrating right now. I was thinking maybe a push, but we're going to see.
The flag is holding on the defense.
It's going against Plainfield.
Touchdown will stand. Brown to Meister.
Trey Brown sets
9 yards to the score.
Touchdown drive with an interception, and he caps it off by throwing the touchdown.
That's huge for Westfield. That might change the momentum of the game going into the second half. Westfield are the next ones to touch the football, excluding maybe a play or two for Plainfield in this half. Only 19 seconds left on the clock.
And when I say Trey Brown with an interception, I don't mean he threw it. I mean he caught it and returned it all the way back to the 9-yard line.
And the kick is good.
Puts the extra point through.
The score, Blue Devils, 21, Cardinals,
19
7.
seconds left. A one-play, 9-yard touchdown drive. Brown to Pete Meister in the corner of the end zone, and it's 21-7.
At halftime, we'll have a performance for our cheerleaders.
That's a great senior day right there for Trey Brown. He's raking up the statistics.
And then we will have our announcements for our
some sneaky.
He's
been working well with Rag back there. Not only that, he's been throwing the ball pretty successfully. Just threw a touchdown pass there. He also intercepted the football into the 20-yard line.
Learning how to see the field as a quarterback, they can see what the lead may have been from the quarterback, allowed him to jump that route, not just take an interception. Set him up for his own touchdown pass.
Only 19 seconds left on the clock, too, Michael. Plainfield, they're not getting the football back to start the second half.
And we said, right before that interception, I said, does Plainfield want to get down the field or should they just run the clock out? They wanted to get down the field, and it ended up hurting the Cardinals with an interception. Ferrero sends it away, taken in at the 10-yard line.
Nice coverage by Westfield.
Wyatt is
Kick is returned across the 20.
21-yard line.
First and 10 Cardinals.
With 14 seconds left, I would have to assume that they'll just let the clock run out.
I mean, Michael, there's not really much they can do there. They do have 2 timeouts, but they might have time if you want to use them for 2 plays. assume 5 to 7 seconds per play. Maybe they can squeeze a third in, but from the air, most recently they weren't successful. And guess who's out there? It's one of the 3 safeties lineup. That's Trey Brown.
Brown is in at safety. Paul Cerro, who's a wide receiver, is in at linebacker. Watkins looking to throw. Will run it up the middle.
Watkins on the keeper.
By Hamlin.
Brought down by Hamlin.
And Plainfield will use a timeout. That's their
And about 8 yards.
5 seconds left. Time for one play. And they might draw something up in the huddle and try to get a one-play touchdown. With the ball at the 29-yard line. Again, coming up at halftime, a performance from the band and cheerleaders, and the marching band seniors will be honored here on Senior Day. The football team and the cheerleaders were honored before the game.
You can also catch all of this after it's concluded its live coverage if you're watching it live on the on-demand function on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
Packed Gary Keller Stadium, and there is still a line to get in.
Last 7 minutes is
5 seconds left for Alameen Watkins and the Plainfield offense. One play trying to get down the field. Watkins is pressured by Hamlin. Watkins will just walk the ball out of bounds, and that brings us.
And that's the end of the first half. With the score, Blue Devils 21, Cardinals 7.
Trey Brown ending the first half in style as he intercepts a pass, and then one play to get it into the end zone with a passing touchdown to Pete Meixner. We hit the halftime break here on D1 Media Pro. We will take a short break and then come back for the marching band performance and Senior Day.
trying to block inside or outside. He had it outside. Outside run. You know, it's like from 3.
Westfield 0.
I've never had that here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Westfield High School is proud to present the award-winning Marching Blue Devils. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jessica Strauss and Sarah Lincoln. Color guard captains are Jesse Borenstein, Katie O'Connor, and Juliana Ripper. Ribbon section leaders are Braden Abo, Justin Beal, Sophie Braun, Sarah Clem, and Mika Berger, escorted by Allison and Jay. Vincent Benetti, escorted by parents Maria and Damiano. Jesse Borenstein, escorted by parents Jody and Lenny. Andrew Police, escorted by parents Lisa and Michael. Maya Diaz, escorted by parents Manisha and Neil. Saeed Adoka, escorted by parents Chaya and Tushar. RJ Gajula, escorted by parents Katie and Ray. Ryan Gasson, escorted by parents Suzanne and David. Nikhil Jyotishi, escorted by parents Kanari and Manish. Sarah Clem, escorted by parents Gina and David. Ian Lawan, escorted by parents Beth and Stephen. Christopher Lynn, escorted by parents Young and Helen. Joshua Metz, escorted by parents Mindy and Lawrence. Catherine O'Connor, escorted by parents Gail and Dan.
You want to try it?
Gabriel Pastore, escorted by parents Adrian and Michael.
It's not hot. Alright, you want to check on it?
Brennan Restivo,
It just failed, I don't know.
escorted by parents Jennifer and James.
I guess just leave it.
Juliana Ripper, escorted by parents Jill and Rob. Amanda Rosenthal, escorted by parents Suzanne and Joel.
Good. We got the Michael Siroty touch. I guess that's what it was. No, it doesn't work.
James Selecchia, escorted by Christine and John.
It'll probably come back because that's where it went.
Jessica Strauss, escorted by parents Natalie and Fred. Nyla Taylor, escorted by parents Nicole and Omar. Jenna Weinberg.
Also, check how much left is left in the
Nyla, did I say Nyla Taylor? Sorry.
usually don't-
Jenna Weinberg, escorted by Michelle and Dan. Thank you, seniors, for your service.
Welcome to Westfield GPS. Please enter the address of your destination.
657 Boulevard.
Calculating the fastest route to Westfield High School. Calculation complete. You will reach Westfield High School in approximately 7 minutes and 30 seconds, traveling at 150 beats per minute. Enter the highway and proceed to the first dropped pin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2022 Bands of America Regional Finalists and New Jersey State runner-up, the Westfield Marching Blue Devils.
It's happened to me 4 times this year. Just during the game, it says, run out of space. Kevin told me what to do. And sometimes it doesn't even work. Sometimes it's the hell is the whole game. And I'm like, I just weird the whole thing. So where are you going to go this winter if they can't do Roselle Catholic? You can always do on-demand recordings. On-demand is better. You don't have to worry about it. PA guy here overrides everything. When the PA guy talks,
He's all. I'm trying to read him. I always do. What do you mean? I try to stay up before.
it's even worse when I do the West Orange games because the PA guy holds next.
Accelerate to cruising speed. Recalculating.
So he can't talk when he's
exit current route.
It sounds so bad. It's so funny. That message comes 16 players. Where did the freshman teams go? So everybody fits on without lights. That means you have time for one game here. They have like time for Sandra. That means there is 4 turns.
Recalculation complete. Please write. Caution. Next meter ahead.
Plainfield brought a nice crowd too. They're becoming really bad for a while.
Detour onto Old Town Road. Calculation complete. You may re-enter highway and still on it. Destination in 32 counts. Destination in 16 counts. Destination in 8 counts. Destination straight ahead. You have reached Westfield High School.
Marching Blue Devils!
Okay, now it's just a look. Now it's just a really long time.
I think I speak for all of
I'm worried
us.
about that.
We are incredibly thankful to have such a great band. Thank you, Marching Blue Devils! Fifty-50 time!
Lloyd attacking and throws it down! Touchdown for St. Peter's! I'm here with Darren Lewis with Simeon Wiltshire.
Here with Precious Achua.
About doing overtime.
Montclair pull off this upset with 8 seconds remaining. Robinson drops back, looking in the end zone. Ball is caught. Touchdown, Montclair! Touchdown! McLean! Upset alert! The upset alert! The upset alert! Yes!
Now the St. John's College fans are getting rowdy as Littleton takes it up the left side, goes up the middle. He is fast for the big fridge, shoves off number 19, David Watson, and the fridge takes it all the way to the touchdown end zone. Can you believe it? I can't. The big fridge, a D1 prospect, no doubt. And that'll give the first lead of the game for the St. John's Cadets. And the sideline for the Cadets is pumping. I cannot believe what I just saw. Took it up the middle, cut it up the left side. And a very special talent, Littleton is. Absolutely shoved David Watson off at midfield and just took it to the end zone. And now Kyle McCord is going to be faced with even more pressure, as if the Hawks want to win this ball game and not go 0-2, they're going to have to reclaim this lead fast.
Mic's on. Hold on, wait. Ready to go? Ready to go? All right. Hold on.
At the halftime break, it's Westfield 21, Plainfield 7. The Blue Devils capped off the first half with Trey Brown being the hero. He intercepted a pass while playing on the defensive side, came right back playing quarterback and threw a touchdown to Pete Meixner to make it 21-7. Westfield will receive the kickoff to open the second half. And Trey Brown is being coached for the last time by his dad, Dave Brown. Dave Brown was a legendary quarterback at Westfield, went on to play at Duke and in the NFL, and he has coached his son Trey all throughout his youth. And this is the last game that he'll be on the sideline with his son with. And he is watching Trey do it all today with an interception and a touchdown pass in the first half.
It's been a great first half for Westfield, Michael. We saw a one-possession difference with just a few seconds left on the clock, and, we were all saying, maybe Plainfield should just run out the clock, except maybe a good defensive start at the second half, get the football back and try and tie the game. Instead, they go in the air with around a half a minute left to play, and Trey Brown doing it all defensively. An interception takes it inside the attacking 20, and from there he passes it into the end zone from just a few yards out for a touchdown. Westfield ready to get the football back, up by 2 touchdowns. The scoreline 21-7. Blue Devils over the Cardinals here at Gary Keller Stadium in Westfield, New Jersey.
As the second half is just about set to get underway.
Westfield Station. Westfield Station. Yeah.
Michael, one thing that we've seen consistently throughout the first half and we'll likely see throughout the second half, we're getting spurts of wind, but just great weather. We're feeling 50, 60 degrees up here.
Again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone as the second half is underway. The kick sent away by Averill, fielded on a run by Tillieu on the left. Tillieu is hit hard and taken down.
Tillieu takes it near the 30.
At the 28-yard line, and Trey Brown, after an incredible ending to the first half,
First and 10, Blue Devils at the 29-yard line.
With the ball on offense.
This is Westfield's opportunity, Michael, to really run away with it here. With a good third quarter defensive stand and another touchdown here, it's going to be hard to argue against them. And that offense, they were cruising in the second quarter after a decent first quarter. Let's see what they can do here. Rag and Brown.
Brown fakes the handoff to Rag and will keep it himself, following his blocker.
Trey Brown on the carry.
Moves the chains.
Makes it 12 yards for a Blue Devil first down.
This is just a reminder you can catch this entire game as well as the Senior Day festivities on the on-demand function on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Whenever you want, after the production in its live form goes off air.
Rag this time on the carry up the middle, getting a push from his offensive line, and another first down.
13 yards and a Blue Devil first down
for Dylan Rag.
Westfield now already just a few plays in offensive territory. They've really been controlling the pace of this game so far.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's what they've been doing all season long, the run game. They take up a lot of time, and they do it effectively. As another handoff, Rag up the middle. Dylan Rag finds the hole.
Picked up after a gain of 12 yards and a Blue Devil first down.
Reminder, this is one of a few Thanksgiving Day games here on the NFHS Network. Check the NFHS console for more.
Brown gives it to Rag on the right, and Rag
is the ball carrier.
8 this time.
He gains about 8 yards. There's a flag on the play. It'll be a holding on the offense.
Hold going against Westfield. I believe it was towards the end of that play when the flag came in.
Takes it back to about the 40-yard line.
Speaking of more streams on the NFHS Network, looking forward to a great basketball season.
First and 17.
Join with Michael Siroty. We will have a lot of great basketball for you.
Basketball and hockey, always an exciting winter for D1 Media Pro, as it's a quick screen to Colin Coyle.
Coyle picks up 6.
Brown passes complete to Coyle. He gains 16 yards, second and 1.
Now second and 1. Colin Coyle getting his number called for the first time today. Brown the give to Rag up the middle for a first down.
Rag is the ball carrier. 5 more yards and a Blue Devil first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Michael, interesting fact, some historians say this rivalry lasted even earlier than 1900. There's no record of it, but these two teams have seen each other quite often on Thanksgiving Day, only missed a few times.
Brown takes it to Rag.
Brown with a strong run, down close to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, this is
12 yards and a Blue Devil first down.
Thanksgiving between these two. Westfield leads the all-time series with a 63, 45, and 7 record.
Now, I'm not sure if it was originally on the schedule, but it really should have been 117. The most recent cancellation between these two teams was the 2020 COVID-shortened season.
A handoff to the fullback, Quinn Wojcik.
Wojcik is the ball carrier.
Do you know if this game was scheduled in 2020?
Don't think so.
Gain of a yard, second and goal from the 5.
Well, nonetheless, both teams saw an abbreviated season.
Second and goal from the 5. After Quinn Wojcik gains 1 on first down. Brown fakes it to Rag, keeps it himself.
Brown takes it himself.
Gets it to
down to about the 10
line, and it's third down.
Third and goal.
This is 4-down territory for the Blue Devils.
This is interesting here. Westfield making some key substitutions, taking some big names on their offensive side off the field. Senior Day here at Keller Stadium on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network for the class of 2023. It's the final football game for these two teams of the 2022 season.
Third and goal from the 3-yard line. Brown looking to throw, fires inside, incomplete. Looking for Enzo Ferrero. Found himself open in the end zone.
Fourth down and goal.
The pass just a little bit too low for Ferrero to control. It's fourth down and goal from the 3-yard line. The offense will stay out. O'Connor, Wojcik, and Cabrera, all typically defensive players, will come in to block.
Offense staying on the field.
Brown has trouble with the snap, keeps it alive on the other side. Coyle in the end zone for a Westfield touchdown. Everyone ran right. Coyle ran left and was wide open in the end zone. And it's 27-7. Blue Devils on top.
Westfield now up 27-7, 3 possession difference. Right off the bat to start the second half.
High snap put down by Tillian, and it looks good.
And the kick is good.
With the point after,
Leon.
and it's a
Snap to the
21-point lead.
Hitchman puts it through. With the score, Blue Devils 28. Cardinal 7.
We'll take a short break. It's 28-7. Westfield on top of Plainfield with 7:42 left in the third quarter.
Going to college for esports feels amazing. Growing up, it's something I never thought would happen. My family never thought it would happen. And then within 2.5 years, here I am.
He's actually a madman whenever it comes to playing on the sticks. You know, he's going to be the first one that pursues this into an academic career.
Me getting an esports scholarship could show other students that it's possible for them too, as long as they put their mind to it and put some effort into it.
Trey Brown finds Colin Coyle alone in the end zone for the touchdown, and it's 28-7. Westfield with the lead. Ferrero's kick is fielded at the 7.
He's got the edge.
Sir Wyatt running down the
Wyatt
sideline.
returns Ferrero's kick across the 40.
Out of bounds.
Forced out of bounds by Jordan.
41-yard line.
Wyatt found the lane far side. He kept chugging forward, gave up his ideas of getting into attacking territory, kind of surrendered himself out of bounds a little bit. But that was after a big gain for Plainfield. And they really need to be working off of something big right here because they're down by 3 possessions, all because of the end of the first half. That pass down the middle, intercepted by Trey Brown. Could that be the play of his career, Michael. The offensive quarterback in high school, as you said, bringing his middle school football career up with him and making a huge defensive play to change the course of this historic rivalry.
Watkins, design quarterback run.
Watkins deep. Met there by Montez.
Going nowhere, taken down in the backfield for a loss of a yard.
Loss of one on the play, second down.
To meet Watkins.
If you look at the history of this rivalry, Westfield has won a significant amount of games in comparison to Plainfield in these 116 years. It's been dominated on their side, and these two teams exchange hosting per year.
Watkins fires
Watkins passes complete. Caught by the spoon.
By Al Kabir from Hughes.
Last year, Michael, this game was played at Epstein Field, as I mentioned just recently. That's how the competition works. Both teams exchange hosting per year, and, well, it was a defensively heavy game, to say the least.
First down as Watkins with a reverse.
Cherry leading his way through the defense. Brought down by O'Connor. Gain of about 7 yards.
Michael, it's been a smooth moving game. We've seen the clock stop for a few incomplete passes, a few timeouts, but it hasn't really been a dragged on game. It's been a nice speed so far.
Watkins with motion again from Cherry, this time a fake. Watkins down the field, and it's dropped.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for the
first time today that Watkins has taken a shot downfield.
Third down and 4.
Was looking for Bethune again that time.
Brings up third down and medium. We're going to see here what Plainfield has in mind. You know, Michael, they're at this point where if it's not terrible yardage, you might as well go for it. Emergency services in action behind us.
Handoff to Wyatt.
Brandon Love.
Anywhere as Brandon Love
brings down Wyatt behind the line of scrimmage.
It's fourth down.
Loss of a couple. Fourth down and 6.
This is what I'm saying. Keep Watkins and Wyatt in the game for fourth downs that are not terrible yardage. Might as well try your luck, Michael.
Cherry again in motion. 4th and 6. Watkins passes.
Pass is incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
Down.
Late flag comes into play there. Well, like the ball back.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty yardage will give the Cardinal a first down. Westfield 10 at the 30-yard line.
Defensive penalty flags Plainfield forward. They're now scorching on the 30-yard line in attacking territory.
Watkins keeps it.
Should be just enough to move the chains.
Forced out by O'Connor.
And it looks like they're going to move the chains. Ball placed on the 20-yard line.
That's a 10-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
Just enough.
Watkins has had to take off many times today. Cherry running behind him again. Watkins will throw over the middle. This time it's caught near the goal line. But coming up just short of the end zone is Al Kabir.
Watkins to Bethune. Brought down by Jordan.
5 minutes left in the third quarter. And it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
He's tackled at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal there.
Touchdown here. Gives Plainfield some breathing room back into this game.
Watkins running right up the middle, and he's in.
Touchdown for Plainfield.
Plainfield touchdown. Watkins runs it in from 1 yard out.
He goes in from 1 yard out.
It's a two-possession game.
Michael, the score separation at this moment might be just like last year's 14-0 difference in favor of Westfield, but it's been a lot higher scoring so far.
Onto the extra point is Averill. Just gets it up and puts it through.
Kick is no good.
It's off the mark. Wide to the right, and it remains 28-13.
That makes the score Blue Devils 28, Cardinals 13.
Remaining in the third quarter, and we'll step aside for a short break.
They score! Lloyd attacking and throws it down! Touchdown for St. Peter's! I'm here with Darren Lewis with Simeon Wilcher.
Here with Precious Achua.
About doing overtime.
Yeah.
4:40 left here in the third quarter. Plainfield is trying to fight its way back into the game. It's now 28-13.
Actually, Michael, we were talking earlier. We just received word the game was scheduled in 2020, but Westfield canceled after just 2 or 3 competitions. Sorry, as you were saying.
Alameen Watkins runs it in from 1 yard out. Extra point no good, so it's still a 15-point game. The Blue Devils with the lead. With the kickoff, turn out to the 34-yard line.
Kick out to about the 35-yard line. First and 10 Blue Devils.
That was Plainfield's first touchdown since the first quarter, Michael. So the offense trying to breathe themselves back into this one. They got to pick up a huge defensive stop here as 4:34 is left in the third quarter. Ball placed on Westfield's 35-yard line.
Well, with a handoff to Ragg and a lot of running room. Dylan Ragg making defenders miss. Finally taken down at the play.
1 yard, then a Blue Devil first down.
Well, Michael, you said he had a lot of room. He wasn't really given it. He kind of created it. You saw him maneuver around twice there to push Westfield into offensive territory from Plainfield's 45-yard line where they will snap the football.
Another handoff to Ragg up the middle.
Ragg's the ball carrier.
Gain of 4.
About the 41. Second down.
Very sad to see the football season coming to an end as we start our state championship run here in New Jersey tomorrow. We're definitely going to miss football. It's going to be an exciting year next year as well in the Big Central. We're going to see how they shake up the divisions.
Brown this time will keep it himself.
Ray Brown.
Gain of about a yard.
Some divisions, Michael, have already put their proposals in for next season. We're seeing that down in the Shore conferences. They're already starting to align the divisions. It'll be interesting next year. Westfield going to have to find a whole new quarterback, Michael, and a whole new running back. They got a lot of cleaning up to do.
Max Cho is the backup quarterback, the junior. Will take over that spot most likely. He's been behind Brown for his whole career up to this point. As Brown lofts it,
incomplete.
Alex throws a flag. He won't get it.
Cherry on the coverage. First and 4.
With the running power Westfield has, it's very likely they're going to keep that offense on the field. And Trey Brown's feeling it today. Obviously son of a star high school and college football player who made his way to the NFL. He's really showing his athletic attributes today on the field. A defensive play might have been the highlight of the day on his behalf.
Offense will stay on the field for 4th down and 4. Brown, he's going to run it up the middle, and Brown for a first down.
5 yards, middle Westfield, first down.
Michael, he bulldozed forward and created that first down. That's one thing we're seeing today. Westfield offensive line has been great this year, but when they've not come up key, because they play a very tough schedule with very big teams, very strong defensive lines. We see Rag roll out. We see Rag push forward with his muscle. He's got a lot of muscle mass on the same time. Brown, he is a God's given athlete.
Remaining in the 3rd quarter as Brown gives it to Rag. He's taken down immediately.
Rag is the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
28-13, Westfield.
2nd down. More tough running.
Brown kept it himself.
He's about 10 yards. And a Westfield first down.
Nice job by Brown there.
Michael, one thing you mentioned is that the crowd here today, probably the largest you've seen this year.
Rag gets this.
Rag with the carry.
Gain of a few.
Get out the 22-yard line.
So what do you think, Michael? You've been to a lot of Westfield games this year. I've covered one myself. It was an away competition. Is this the largest crowd you've seen?
This is by far the most crowded Gary Keller Stadium has been. And these Thanksgiving games usually do get crowded because of the number of alumni that come.
Everyone's home for Thanksgiving.
Something different in the score.
Rag gets the carry. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 8.
Time, and it's 3rd and 8.
Hey, Kendall! Watch the wheel!
Coming up, the final quarter of football for these two programs in 2022. Just 35 seconds away.
Patrick Berry on his inside block. Brown in the gun. Fakes the handoff under pressure, throws, and a wide open goal! Colin Coyle! Second touchdown of the game!
2 yards on the score! The second connection of the day!
Nobody near the tight end, Colin Coyle! And it's 34-13. Brown was under all sorts of pressure, unfazed as he finds Coyle in the end zone for the touchdown.
This is the biggest offensive explosion for the Blue Devils since the game of Elizabeth. They opened up 38-0 at half.
And the kick is good.
Hip It's been good on the extra.
Blue Devils, 35, Cardinal, 13.
35-13. Westfield. Top of Plainfield with 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Westfield something to be happy about, Michael. Their season came to an end. They tried so hard to upset a fierce Union City sectional final side in the semifinals. It was a tough loss for them. They lost by a touchdown's worth. The extra point would have actually given them the lead. It was a 20-14 final score. And a great rooftop competition. You were on the call for that one. It was a really close back and forth running ball competition, Michael. This is a great way to end the season after a very tough loss. That game could have gone either way.
Yeah, Westfield really fought their way back into that game. And it was a close one.
And Michael, most of the exploding plays that game were running the football. Union City, notorious for winning a lot of competitions, throwing maybe twice or three times complete per game. And Westfield, this has been a year for their running game that's just unforgettable. Quarterback sneaks, they have a few running backs. Of course, Dylan Rang, this is a lacrosse. Every year it's really a lacrosse side that comes together running the football terrifically.
Low kick driving. Wyatt's got it.
Wyatt on the kickoff return. A lot of room.
Wyatt, tackled by O'Connor.
And a lot of collegiate athletes on
Chang was there as well.
Only one is headed to play football at the next level. Jack O'Connor, the linebacker, recently announced his commitment to Ithaca College.
Takes it out to the 46-yard line. First and 10, Cardinals.
Dylan Ragg and Trey Brown are both headed to play college lacrosse.
Ithaca College football actually this weekend playing in the second round of the Division III tournament. Seton Hall Prep themselves actually have an Ithaca College commit, Luke Sudel, number 13 on their side. So a few Ithaca College commits. They like their New Jersey athletes.
Watkins on a keeper.
Watkins running out right.
Watkins is the ball carrier.
Watkins did a lot of running just to gain 2
Brought down by Searle and friends.
Now, I believe, Michael, as the quarter comes to an end, we have a soccer player to play at Ithaca College as well, right?
With a score of number 35, Cardinal 15.
For soccer to Ithaca. And also a Westfield baseball player headed to Ithaca. It's Owen Callahan. And yes, Ithaca is getting all their Westfield athletes.
It's funny because Rutgers also likes to salvage a lot of girls soccer players from Westfield. That's a big recruitment chain.
2 on last year's Westfield. Rutgers next year.
And Michael, Ithaca, a Division III side, they're getting a lot of airtime today.
Headed to play at the next level. The fourth quarter between Westfield and Plainfield. Cardinals with a second down and 6.
Westfield trying to end Plainfield's winning streak to close out the season and continue the spurt of victories against Plainfield in this rivalry.
Watkins under pressure.
The quarterback is sacked.
Just about the entire defense was in on that sack. Love made the initial pressure, and Dan Hanlon came up to finally take Watkins down along with Paul Serro.
Ross takes it back to the 40-yard line. Third and 16.
Third and 16. Cherry goes in motion. Watkins will just flip it his way.
Inside, which is a great play.
Pass to Cherry. Brought down by Hanlon.
4th and long now for Plainfield.
Fourth and about 14.
Plainfield down by a few scores. Now with a 4th and 14. Let's see what they go with. Watkins is in shotgun formation. Assuming he'll pass. Rolling out left. Throws on the run.
Watkins' pass is incomplete.
Incomplete, short as he was looking for Bethune.
That'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Westfield now getting the football back, Michael. They're trying to run away with this one.
A handoff is to
Harper is the ball carrier. He's forced out of bounds by Kirkland. Gain of 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Aiden Harper gets 9 yards on the 1st down carry. It's 2nd and 1 with 10 minutes remaining.
Packed again.
Another handoff, Harper. This time it's up the
Aiden
middle.
Harper. He gains 3 yards on a Blue Devil. 1st down!
Harper picks up the 1st down for Westfield.
It's just enough to push them forward.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Brown with another give to Harper.
Give it to Harper. No gain on the play.
Rag is on the sideline. Aiden Harper getting the carries. 22-point lead for Westfield.
And Westfield now just chipping down a lot of the clock while progressing offensively. Second down and 1.
Harper's the ball carrier.
The original line of scrimmage.
Brought down by 59.
To Aiden Harper.
Aiden Harper with the carry. Across the 30. Going up 4th down and 6.
So let's see here. I say Westfield keeps the offense, keep driving forward. They missed their field goal opportunity this game, Michael, if you recall the 1st quarter.
Under 8 to play. And the senior Aiden Harper running Westfield down the field. But now it's 4th and 6. I would guess pass. Brown will run it himself.
Trey Brown stretches to the line to gain.
Man, it looks like he just missed it by a yard. Not that much of a tough break for Westfield because their defense has been coming up key so far. They gave up 2 touchdowns, but they were at unique times in the ball game. Early on, where they were getting comfortable. Early on in the second half as well, while they've been comfortable. And otherwise, they've really been proving in the later stages of both halves. But the defense has been reliable, and the lead is also very comfortable as well.
Plainfield back out on offense, so they will most likely move quick and try to get down the field as Watkins throws on the first pass complete to the sideline.
Watkins' pass is complete to Cordova.
It's comfortable yardage there to
about
move the
12
chains.
yards. First and 10 for Plainfield.
That's one thing we've seen. Plainfield might not have been so successful in the air, but their routes have been just brilliant today. We've seen a lot of open men.
Cordoba on the reception. First down for the Cardinals and a swing pass out left. It's caught by Cherry.
Pass is complete to Cherry. Tackled by Hanlon.
There is a flag.
Flag on the play.
Looks like Max Chang was in the backfield and got hit late by a Plainfield lineman.
It's a personal foul on the offense.
Offense will have to now move back 15 yards. That's a tough break when you're trying to heave off of momentum. It's a key stop on fourth down to get them the football back after letting Westfield slowly and peacefully drive down the field, yard by yard. You can see, really, we're going to start to see some emotion on the Westfield sideline because this is going to be, well, as well as the Plainfield sideline, because this is going to be the last quarter of football for a lot of players on both rosters. As well as the band and the cheerleaders, they're really wrapping up a fall tradition of high school football on Friday nights and Saturday afternoons here in Westfield. Due to zoning, most games here in Westfield played on Saturday afternoons. No lights.
Pass is complete to Cordoba. Glasgow putting it out of bounds.
Now, Michael, as a Westfield local, how much would you like to see the possibility of games played under the lights here at Keller?
I think it would help the school to schedule more games at home. I think the players would enjoy Friday night lights. Cherry out wide again. Makes one defender.
Cherry.
And then he is tackled.
Knocked out of bounds by Hanlon.
Another one by Dan Hanlon.
It's been a discussion at a lot of big programs to have lights. Seton Hall Prep, pretty local, around 25-30 minute drive away in West Orange. Zoning issues. The public school, West Orange High School, has been playing great football. Group 5, just like Westfield. They have lights. The private school up on the hill at the Kelly Athletic Complex on the other side of town, they are unable to get lights. Morris Knowles down in Morris County, very successful football side, a lot of chemistry. They don't have lights.
Watkins trouble with the snap. Escapes a Brandon Love sack. Watkins
brought down by Killiu and Hanlon.
Killiu is short of the line to gain, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like he's a little shook up. He was crunched like a potato chip on the hit there.
Watkins is still down on the field.
It was a hard hit.
Hanlon was already taking him down, and then Killiu came in from the other side and got folded up. So we'll step aside as Watkins still down.
Glover, one-on-one with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. To the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in. Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for one.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go at the buzzer. Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
Alameen Watkins is still down on the field, hoping he's okay. He was getting wrapped up by Dan Hamlin, and Paul Tillieu took him down, and he kind of got folded up a little bit as the training staff is out there from both sides. The Westfield trainer, Steve Barandica, is over there, and
is that Coach DeSarno?
Screen now, Jim DeSarno is walking out there.
And sophomore quarterback Alameen Watkins.
A good scene that Watkins does have movement, and now he is standing. Alameen Watkins getting helped off the field, but a great sign that Watkins is able to walk off and put some power under his own feet. Oh, took a hard hit. And after the break, Alameen Watkins is slow to get up, but he is able to get up with the help of the training staff. The Westfield offense takes over on downs after Watkins came up short on that quarterback run. 6:44 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Play resulting in a turnover on downs. First and 10, Westfield.
Graduates. We'll get an early look at it as Max Cho is signaling the offense. The handoff goes to Aiden Harper.
Harper is the ball carrier. Tackled by Hamilton.
Max Cho, the junior, is going to have a year of eligibility after this one. That'll be his prime season next year. He's given the opportunity to try and make it his prime season. Stays healthy, he could be the starter for the entirety of next season. As we know, Michael, he's very athletic as well. Also stands quite tall. I believe he's well over 6 foot.
A lot of movement up front. I think the entire defensive line went early.
Neutral zone infraction on the defense.
Give Westfield 5 yards.
Second and 5.
Clock running halfway through the final quarter.
Westfield comfortably winning 35-13. Let's do it again, Michael. I don't know.
False start on the offense.
Give the yardage right back.
5-yard penalty.
Brandon Love
Second and
jumped
10.
early, the offensive lineman, and now it's 2nd and 10.
Now under 6 minutes left to play.
That's a toss to Harper.
Pitch out to Aiden Harper, running right, following a block from
Toss to Harper. Tackled by Cordova. Kirkland was there as well. Gain of about 8 yards. Third down.
Look at alumni corner, Michael. A lot of varsity jackets today. That's how you know everyone's home from college. You don't really wear your varsity jacket in college, but you wear it when you're at home, Michael. You're supporting your local team.
Show on the quarterback keeper.
Max Jones
moves the chains for Westfield.
Carried for 4 yards and a Blue Devil first down.
This alludes to our conversation earlier. A lot of people, why are there no lights in Westfield? Well, it's really the zoning issue. Take a look, there's a lot of houses almost on top of this property, as opposed to other schools where they surround or right next to the stadium. Westfield High School, about a half mile down the road. I mean, this is really Ederson Intermediate School property.
Right across the street. As shown, hands off to Harper.
Harper is the ball carrier. Tackled by Cordova.
Plainfield brought out a very good attendance today for the 116th rendition of this rivalry. Just the next town over, but not the easiest ride from stadium to stadium. About 20-25 minute difference on a good day. I had no problem getting here myself. Thanksgiving traffic this morning. No prominence, but starting to rake up as we speak.
Pitch for Harper.
Toss to Harper.
Hit hard by Cordova. 4 minutes remaining.
Brought down by Joel Cordova. Okay, on the play. 3rd down and 3.
A touchdown for Max. The first
28 yards out for the score.
28-yard touchdown. The junior Max Joe is in. And Westfield opens this one up. 3:31 left in the game, and it's 41-13.
The future is bright, Michael. Although it might be a clean house when it comes to snapping the football with the running back of Dylan Ragg and the quarterbacking of Trey Brown, a good future is coming in a solid junior class, Michael, that we've seen take some prominence here today.
And Trey Brown is nothing but excited on the sideline for his fellow quarterback, Max Cho.
Think of Trey Brown as a mentor. He's the son of an NFL football player who had a great college and high school career. You said it. We believe he played at Westfield High School, so Westfield having a phenomenal game today. A phenomenal season to wrap up. We're going to finish out the year with this win. In 11 games played, 8 wins. Only 3 losses, 2 losses in the regular season. Although they were tough losses, still a very happy look back on 2022, Michael. And I really do think there used to be a lot more Thanksgiving Day games throughout the state of New Jersey. This is definitely one of the best ones. I mean, you talk about Easton of Pennsylvania taking on Phillipsburg. You talk about the Soul Bowl, including East Orange and Barringer. Not as many Thanksgiving games left. Those are just some of the decent amount of games left. There used to be a lot more, but it's really a great tradition. It's a great homecoming game, great senior day game, because it's not just Westfield High School in attendance on this great Thursday, but it's the entire town. Everyone who's usually in college, excluding vacationers, everyone's around and everyone wants to see their football team wrap up their season. So it's really just a great tradition to play Thanksgiving Day football. You don't see many of it in Essex County, Morris County, here in Union County. You see a lot of it. Westfield and Plainfield. It's been a great rivalry, one of the oldest high school football rivalries in America, Plainfield historians have said.
42-13, with 3.5 to play.
No, Cero hangs on and brings him down.
Wyatt with some tough running. Brought down by Cero and Handlin. First and 10 Cardinal.
So tell me, Michael, what food are you most excited to eat later today?
It's hard to choose. Turkey is always the classic on Thanksgiving, and you can't really get away from it. I've heard a lot of hate this year towards the turkey, but it's a classic on Thanksgiving. You can't really break away from the tradition.
Mine's stuffing, thank you for asking.
Takes the handoff, dropped it initially, picks it back up, loses a yard after all that.
Cherry, the ball carrier.
It's likely both teams will not use a timeout as we're winding down each other's season. The 116th rendition of this rivalry goes to Westfield, and it remains Plainfield has not won this competition on Thanksgiving Day since 2011. Long time ago, Michael.
This will make it 12 straight for Westfield on Thanksgiving Day. Wyatt is running backwards.
Wyatt.
And he's hit hard.
Tackled by Wojcik and Jordan.
Jordan, Quinn Wojcik into the tackle.
Around 2 minutes and 17 seconds, Wyatt trying to find an inside open lane. Couldn't find it. Curled on over close side, and there was nothing there for him. He was swarmed by a few Westfield tacklers on defense. We're reaching that unofficial 2-minute warning, Michael, on both teams' season. We're right there at it now.
Dropping back to pass across the middle. Pass is caught.
Lowry's pass is complete.
Short.
Now,
brought down by McCall.
Lowy, the freshman, signaling the offense for Plainfield late in the game. 1:20 remaining.
Well, Michael, while football's wrapping up for these two programs, on Monday was the start.
Fourth down and about one.
High school winter practices and tryouts. Both teams getting ready to start off their basketball seasons on the 15th. And hockey for Westfield, games starting as early as December 9th allowed this year. Westfield basketball in the Watchung division and Westfield hockey in the NJSIAA McInnes division. So they're playing top level in both conferences divisions.
Under a minute to play. Lowy with a pitch out wide. A first down and more is Wyatt running down the sideline.
Now under 40 seconds.
Out of bounds by the Carl.
With 38 left to go.
For a first down for the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals now in offensive territory. Ball placed on Westfield's 46.
Back after taking a few weeks off after losing in the sectional semifinals to Union City. Plainfield drops their first in the last 5 games. And it's 12 straight wins on Thanksgiving Day for Westfield. Lowy surveys. Lowy taking off.
Lowy keeps it.
Looks like they're going to rule him in bounds, Michael. They're going to keep him in bounds.
Plainfield does not have to run it out.
Forced out of bounds by Russo.
Just let the clock run out, but they won't. As a timeout is called.
Plainfield trying to get one more thing going. As I was trying to say, he actually, I guess they kept him in bounds because the clock kept running. It was close. I believe he was spun on top of a player, which means technically, by football rules, he's still up while he was inbounds, drowned onto the white and into the Westfield sideline. So the clock kept running. And at 20 seconds, looks like a timeout was used, if I'm correct, by Plainfield.
Plainfield takes it with 17 seconds. Just want to end their season on a high note.
The new head coach in the second season will move to 10-11. Long break to come before the summer when training begins up again for these two programs with a whole new senior class, a whole new freshman class, a lot of new players, a lot of players building up for next year. And it's always great, as I've said many times today, that these two teams, no matter how they do in the playoffs, get to end their season in a great classic rivalry that almost feels like a playoff game with the atmosphere today in terms of attendance, Michael.
7 seconds added onto the clock, now 24. Lowy dropping back to pass. Low stripped it from behind. And they say it's an incomplete pass. They say Lowry's arm was going forward.
Lowe putting on the pressure.
15 seconds left.
2nd and 10.
Now, I'm no official, Michael, but it looks like that definitely could have been argued as a fumble. That was at least the reaction up here. Ball placed on the 36 in Westfield territory.
Second down and 10 for Plainfield, down 42-13. Lowry spins it out wide.
Pass is complete for Carl and Jordan. Force them out of bounds. 1st and 10, Plainfield at the 21-yard line.
Time for one more play for Plainfield.
This will be the final play of any fall athletic sport for these two programs. More football this week coming up, and next week, not on the NFHS network. It's the state finals, the first ever unified state finals, groups 1 through 5. Next weekend at Rutgers University, and the non-public A and B state finals tomorrow at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
One last play for the 2022 season for these two teams. Lowry going for the end zone. It's incomplete. And this one is
and that is the end of the game.
42-13. Westfield with a dominant win over
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Westfield wins their 12th straight Thanksgiving game over Plainfield. For Ryan Lowy and Michael Siroty on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Thank you for tuning in. 42-13 the final. Happy Thanksgiving.